How's it going, everybody? This is GameNat speaking. And I have been enjoying Subnautica 2, along with what I can only assume to be millions of other people at this point. A lot of us have run into just some little bugs here and there, which is to be expected since it's early release. And these bugs range from somewhat helpful to slightly annoying to absolutely detrimental to your save file. That being said, I put together a short little video here showing some of the bugs that I've run into to hopefully help you maybe avoid some of the fates that I've chosen in the face of those bugs. If you like the video, please remember to leave a like on the video for me. That would help a lot. And if you enjoy the way I make my content, please remember to subscribe to my channel. Since I'm a smaller channel, that would help me grow a lot. So please and thank you. I appreciate it. So the first bug I wanted to cover in today's video is what I would like to call the super dolphin jump or super dolphin breach, I guess. Everybody's seen like the regular dolphin breach, which is what we're looking at right now. But there's a small section of the map that I found. Well, it's a pretty big section that your jumps will start to look like this instead. I think it's about 500 or 600 meters away from the life pod to the east that you'll start to just get these massive jumps, even looking at the same angle. And I'm gonna try to show the difference, but even with like a really bad, crappy angle, you can still get a really good high jump when you're far away enough from the life pod to the east at least. I don't know about the other directions yet. But I'm gonna show now the difference between one of these really good, really high jumps. And now this next one is just like your typical dolphin jumps when you're close to the life pod. This is what those look like. Now, given that they did take away like surfacing from the water with a lot of height in the first Subnautica game, I wouldn't expect this feature to stay around too long. But hopefully the developers see how much we enjoy doing the breaches, and then they just balance it out like they say they're going to do with a lot of the other features in the game. The next thing I wanted to cover was warping. Sometimes when you're exploring, you'll just get warped back to base. But in these cases, your vehicle will generally be brought with you. So it's not as big of an issue as it could be, like if your vehicle just got left out there in the wild. And I've only been able to capture one clip of it happening to me. So I've played that clip here twice so that we could actually like see it again. But it's kind of jolting, but it's not so bad. It's just like slightly annoying, but not really a big deal. I'm glad that they handled it for us and bringing the vehicles back. This part isn't a bug. I just thought it was cool. I think everybody should do this. If you haven't ridden around on one of these yet, take a ride. They're extremely fun. Like, this is legitimately one of the most serene things I've seen in the entire game. This is beautiful. This next bit, however, this is most definitely a bug. I mean, absolute insanity. The fact that this was swimming distance from where I threw it, good God, man. Now, I did a lot of testing with this, and basically what I found out is there's just a certain angle that you look downward that will launch the locker if you throw it. And so that means that it's easy to avoid because it's a pretty specific thing to recreate, so that's great news. The bad news, however, is that you throw your locker so hard that you can throw it through base parts, and we can obviously assume that that's not intended. It didn't make it too far in this case. I think that it could make it a lot further in other cases without any ground nearby or anything. Like, it will go to the edge of render. However, if we look back at that first clip I showed you of the locker being thrown, it does look like once it hits the edge of the render area, it just stops all of its momentum and hangs in the air. So, again, that is something that carried over from the first game, and good eye on the developer's part because you can launch things pretty far. Now here you can see I'm opening up my save file no battery charger. And I named it that because the blueprint for the battery charger is fully missing from the save file. So I'm in an area where there's a battery charger nearby right now. But if I have my scanner out, all I see is the battery terminal, and it doesn't let me scan it. And that's because I've already scanned this battery terminal. However, here in my habitat build list, under power, the battery terminal doesn't show up. And if I go into my PDA, into my blueprint list, in the in progress section, the battery terminal isn't there either. It's nowhere in the entire list. And if you think anything like I do, then the solve is pretty obvious to you. That's right, you're gonna make an entirely new save with the same name as the old save, play on it for 30 more hours than the old save, completely abandon the old save, give it a name like no battery charger, and never look back, because there's no way that the solution could be something as simple as simply going to find another piece of the battery terminal and just scan it and get the blueprint. That would be too easy, right? Why didn't I think of that in the first place? So you might think I'm pretty stupid, right? Wait, no, it's not stupid. Subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on my video. I really appreciate it. Please? The final section here only applies in creative mode, and it only applies if you go off the edge of the map, which in this case is like 8,800 meters away from the life pod to the northeast. And here at the other corner, 6,100 meters from the life pod to the southwest. As is probably to be expected from a game in early access, things here get a little bit weird. Generally speaking, there's a lot of strange lights up above, and if you decide to go downward, once you hit 10,486 meters exactly in depth, you will lose control of the character. You lose your vehicle, and also in this state, you can't enter any menus, so you'll have to hard reset your game. And once you do hard reset your game, you're going to be about 200 meters above that point, and you'll have to swim back down to your vehicle again to get it, except it's too low to get to. It's at the point that you were. So just be aware, if you ever try this in creative mode in a vehicle, you're going to lose that vehicle. You're not going to be able to reclaim it because it's going to be beyond the point. And I assume all this is put here so that they could prevent like floating point errors from going too far from spawn. That's all I have for now, so I think this is a good place to wrap it up. I'm probably going to make a couple more of these videos as I inevitably come across more of these bugs. I have been sending in reports to Unknown Worlds every time I find something that is kind of out of the ordinary. But other than some minor things, I haven't really seen too much that has ruined my game or anything like that. Restarting my file was kind of just on me, so I mean, that wasn't really a big issue to begin with, I guess. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you got this far in the video, I really appreciate you. Really appreciate your time. Please subscribe if you got this far in. And also like the video. I would like this to get out a little further. Hopefully people from Unknown Worlds can see stuff like this so they can get a better idea of what's going on in the game. But anyway, I appreciate it. This is GameNat, buzzing off.